Heal the girl you once were, the one who viewed the world with wonder and hope. She dreamed ambitiously, even amidst fear, full of questions and silent hopes. Life's hardships often dimmed her shine, causing doubts about her worth and feelings of insignificance. Yet, the essence of who you are today still shines within her. She deserves recognition, understanding and compassion. Embracing healing means comforting her and saying, "You made it through." Protect the woman you are today. She is strong, not because life was easy, but because she has kept pushing ahead through heartbreak, loss, and unseen struggles. She deserves love, peace, and all good things. Stand up for her, speak kindly, and surround her with positivity. Remind her that she doesn't have to prove her worth. She already is enough. The girl you once were and the woman you've become are connected by the same soul, growing together. Healing your past allows the inner woman to find a lighter way forward, while caring for your present reassures the girl inside that she has always been deserving of protection. Together, they weave a narrative of resilience, grace, growth, and deep inner love. Your healing process isn't about forgetting. It's about recalling with compassion and discovering strength in what previously seemed like pain. It involves transforming wounds into wisdom and silence into understanding, honoring your journey, and moving ahead with gentle strength and resilience. Allow yourself to experience feelings, grieve and evolve. Embrace each tear and victory as part of your journey. As you move forward, let love guide you, love for your past, present, and future self. This journey belongs to you, and it's beautiful. Not because it's flawless, but because it's genuine, raw, and authentic. You are living proof that healing and growth can occur simultaneously. Keep moving forward. You're doing it with grace. The door, may the spirit speaks through the body. Should the body never lies if we know how to listen, the body affirms for us when someone is telling the truth. Or the body affirms when the divine is communicating to us, not through words, but directly through the wisdom of the heart. Should the symbol of the dove has been associated with the Holy Spirit, that intangible and yet visceral experience of being moved from within, of being inspired directly as if through the bloodstream, as if our bones can speak.
as if the heart itself is actually a receiver or a radio, and spirit sometimes suddenly makes our connection to the divine radiantly clear. Should the body receive messages directly from spirit if we're open to perceiving what holy proximity we have to the divine. Sometimes it's a surge of hope, like a deeper intake of air and expansion of the rib cage. Sometimes it's in a chill that races down the spine and makes all the tiny hairs on our forearms stand straight up. Sometimes it's in an irregular heartbeat, as if the heart could communicate to us in Morse code. Should Mary Magdalene has been associated with the dove as a symbol of the beloved and as an affirmation that it's through the feminine within us all that we receive divine messages. This passage from the Song of Songs reminds us of Mary, my dove in the hidden places of the Knocks, in the secret places of the cliffs. Show me your form and let me hear your voice. Should Mary in essence is the dove, because she could perceive Christ from within her. She could hear the language of her own heart, her own body. Should the dove reminds us to listen to the affirmations the body gives us all throughout the day about what's most true for us, about what resonates, and about how to be led from within. Should the dove is about listening inwardly to those discrete sensations that can't be validated from anyone outside of us, but that we just know, because we sense what's true, and because we trust this beloved body. We trust what spirit tells us miraculously in the hidden places, the secret places of our own heart. She was the apostle to the apostles, first witnessed via resurrection. She washed and anointed Jesus' feet. She anointed his body after the crucifixion. She was a spiritual leader. When Mary Magdalene wept at the foot of Jesus' cross during the crucifixion, her tears fell upon the earth and transformed into roses. These are often referred to as the roses of the Magdalenids. I would say she is a pretty important piece of Jesus' full teachings. A follower of Christ is one that seeks truth. The questions we need to ask ourselves: why have we disregarded the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Philip, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Gospel of Thomas found among the Nag Hammadi scrolls? Can we handle the truth when it arises? Jesus taught that seeking truth requires persistence, and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you.
Seek, ale, seek, ale, seek, ale, seek, ale, seek, ale, seek. Yeah.
I collect beautiful disasters, the way other girls collect pearls. Oh, but pearls are terribly boring things, too polished, too proper, too eager to behave beneath chandeliers. No, give me cursed lockets and midnight storms. Give me tarot cards stained with lipstick. Give me boys with trembling hands and hearts foolish enough to mistake my smile for innocence. I was raised by wolves wearing velvet, by moonlight dripping softly through broken cathedral windows. Even my laughter sounds haunted, especially my laughter. And darling, that has always been the problem, because I look like something painted delicately inside a fairy tale. While speaking like the villain who burned the kingdom down for entertainment. I flirt shamelessly with catastrophe. I wink at ravens, dance with ghosts, name my bad habits after ex-lovers. And somewhere between chaos and candlelight, I became the sort of woman mothers warn their sons about, while secretly wishing they had been brave enough to become. Still, I am not cruel. No, cruelty requires intention. I am simply a little wild around the edges, like roses growing stubbornly through graveyard cracks, like jazz music playing softly during the apocalypse. So if you find me someday beneath October skies, daring black licks and dangerous intentions, do not ask me whether I am heaven or hell. The answer changes depending on how gently you touch my heart.
All about the ending is a new beginning.
I had it Christ's parable of the vineyard workers describes a man who arrives in a vineyard late in the day, and yet he's given the same amount of pay for his brief labor as those who have been hard at work since dawn. How did Christ explains that in the world to come, or in the world that already exists invisibly within this one, those who are last shall be first, and the first last. This doesn't seem fair though, or just. And that's precisely what the parable is meant to do. It's meant to get us all caught up in our ego so that we can release it. If we really focus on what's fair according to the ego, we get tied up in feeling as if we're being cheated or betrayed. This comes from the ego's fear that there's only so much treasure to go around. We think this laborer who only just showed up as the work was almost over will take from what we would have received according to the ego. What others get, we miss out on. There isn't a concept of plenty, only lack and scarcity. The ego can't conceive of an unconditional love that isn't concerned with what's fair when it comes to who can receive it. The treasure is for everyone who shows up. Whether we've only just started the work now or we've been laboring in the name of love for our entire lives, love is here for all of us equally. Love operates on a system that's limitless, and this feels entirely unfair to the ego. And when we realize this, that the last shall be first and the first last, the ego is released, and what had felt like a painful betrayal or an unjust situation expands into something new. We can revel in the unreasonable abundance of love. The Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet, and the Omega is the last. So this is the practice, to keep releasing the ego, which means having massive amounts of mercy on ourselves and others. We keep reaching the Omega point so we can rise again, which means starting over, going back to the beginning.
Gospel of Mary.
She is the apostle to the apostles, first witness to the resurrection. She washed and anointed Jesus' feet. She anointed Jesus' body after the crucifixion. She is and will always be a spiritual leader. She remained faithful during the crucifixion and burial when many other followers fled. When Mary Magdalene wept at the foot of Jesus' cross during the crucifixion, her tears fell upon the earth and transformed into roses. These are often referred to as the roses of the Magdalene. She is a very important piece of the